I'm sitting here with a weird look on my face.
Man, what were we doing when it asked us for a thumbnail? I can't remember.
I don't remember. What's up, guys? How we doing tonight? Hopefully you're doing well. Thanks for joining us. We know it's Tuesday and not a Thursday, but we didn't do it tonight.
It's Thursday Night Live.
It's Thursday Night Live on Tuesday. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. We should have had tacos.
Ooh, Taco Tuesday. I actually had tacos for dinner.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I went to Pancheros. That's probably similar. So we kind of...
Yeah. We did Taco Tuesday.
We did it all right then.
So we get these taco trays from Sam's Club.
Yeah.
That has little tortillas and a bunch of really yummy chicken and then some cheese and some lettuce and limes and some sauce and salsa. You just make it, stick it in the microwave, and they're really good.
That sounds pretty legit, actually.
Yeah, I dig it.
Heck yeah, man.
What's up, Nick Brown?
Nick Brown.
Nick Brown and I are buddies now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nick Brown is my first Patreon. Super appreciate that, dude.
Heck yeah.
He got you to jump over the fence.
I know. I felt bad, Nick, so I had to join in and help support Rex.
Yeah, that's pretty legit.
Rex is expensive though. His cheapest one is $4.99 or something.
Yeah, go big or go home.
I guess.
I don't know how it works, man. I just clicked on the recommended thing.
Yeah,
and it was 5, 15, 25, and 50.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay,
whatever. Might as well.
I just dropped the 25 one, and I was like, if I can get my grandma to sign up for 50, I'll be I'll be winning.
No, I hear you though. But I had multiple people message me directly man, I'd really love to support you through Patreon, but all I can afford is $1.
Huh.
I was like, I'm throwing the BS flag on that right away. You can only afford $1. I don't want more. I'm fine if you only give $1.
Yeah.
But to message me directly and say
can only afford
all I can afford is $1.
Yeah. It's I guarantee you're buying 2 or 3 Starbucks coffees a day or
right.
Pack of cigarettes a day or whatever it is.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I got to share this real quick to the Facebooks.
Yeah. all the books.
And then we'll get in here, get going in here. Got it. On my personal Facebook. Go. All right, dudes. Here's what we're doing tonight. Oh, I will show this right off the bat because I thought it was cool. I don't know if anybody can see this. Rex, I don't have my monitor screen. Do we have a?
Oh, yeah, that one.
That one, yeah. If you guys can see this or not, probably not.
We have to cover our faces.
Do we?
And then, there it goes.
There we go. Okay. Stupid face detection. Oh, it did it? Okay.
It focused. Yeah.
So it's a patriotic themed Trigger Tech trigger. I don't know. I just thought it was really cool, man. And it's oops, sorry. So it had Star Spangly.
Oh, I didn't see that it was red on the other side.
That's what I'm saying.
Super cool.
So it had red on the back, and then blue with stars and stripes on the other side. And Midway had them for $100 on special the last few days. I don't know if they have any left, but it's the Trigger Tech primary, so it goes down to about 1.5 pounds. And I thought, Trigger Tech trigger for $100? Yes, please. So anyway, I was going to show that to everybody. No, it's not the giveaway tonight. Sorry, you don't get that. You don't get that fortunate. But you know what you do get? You do get the swag pack, which is just a plastic bag full of goodies. But let me show you some of this stuff while we're waiting here. You got, let's see. Okay, here you go. You got the 9 versus 45.
I like that. How many of those do you have?
I still have a crap ton of these.
All right. I like it.
Yeah, we should sell these and actually make some money. That would be good. 9 is greater than 45 patch. And then you get the original PRN patch, the original logo PRN patch. Okay. Then you get the new Precision Rifle Network diamond-shaped target patch. And if that's not all, you get a Precision Rifle Network decal.
Oh, man.
And you get a PRN themed 3D printed Magwell block thing.
All the things.
And Coltac.
A red one, like a PRN red one.
Yeah.
/ Max Effective red one.
Yeah.
I like that we both picked red.
Nice, man.
For our company colors.
Heck yeah. Coltac wind flag. I'll throw that in. And then this is, I mean, the cream of the crop right here. This is the cherry on top. Look at this. A single piece of once fired 6 GT brass. Because you know why? Those are like worth $45 a piece.
$50. That's like a $50 thing.
I thought it would be the best thing ever.
Dude, I want that.
I know somebody does. So there you go. That's your swag back for tonight, guys. I will pin my email in the top comments bar. And you guys, when I ask for the giveaway question, you can put it in there and we'll be good to go.
I shared it on all the places.
Did you?
All
Nice.
the Facebooks.
I saw like a bunch of little notifications coming out. Ding,
I've been tagging
Rex,
you
Rex,
and your. I've been tagging. Oh, Greg's already on here. Sweet.
Yeah.
Osiris. We got Osiris. Nice.
Yeah. What's up, Osiris?
Greg, Nick, Osiris. Love it.
Got all the dudes.
Yeah, we already got 2 guys saying they'd buy a patch.
Is that right?
Throw them up.
Oh my goodness.
Max Effective web store.
Nick, I thought I sent you one. Nick, did you ever get the patches that I actually shipped over there to you? You have to answer me and let me know if I thought, but maybe I didn't put that one in. Maybe it was only a 9 is greater than 4 or a PRN patch. All right. Every day. Nope, not that one. Gray man. Let's see. Gray man. 1975. All right, my email is at the top, guys. I pinned it at the top of the comment bar. There it is. Market the patch as the boomer trigger. I like it. I don't know. Do I like it or do I not like it?
The FUD trigger.
Is he calling me FUD?
No.
This? I'm not even a boomer.
No, he's calling the patch. The 9 greater than 45 is a boomer trigger.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
Because it triggers the boomers.
That's true. It does.
Yeah.
It does. That's absolutely true. Right on.
I mean, it would trigger my dad.
Would it?
Yeah.
The 9 versus 45.
Yeah.
The 9 is greater than 45 thing.
He likes 45s.
I mean, they're okay to plink with.
Yeah, they're fun.
You know, I got no problem with them in that
I don't
regard.
think I own a 45 right now.
I don't either.
All 9s.
Yeah.
Just 9s and 22s.
Yep.
That's it. I guess my wife has a 380, which is like a mini 9.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, pretty much 9s exclusively. I've got a whole bunch of 40 cal ammo. No
Dude,
40 cal.
I think I do too.
Is that right?
Yeah. I had a 40 at one point
I
for
have
like 5 minutes.
I bet I have 1,000 rounds of 40 and no gun.
I probably have like 200 rounds of 40. And I think I've got 200 or 300 rounds of 45 too somewhere. I have like 6.5 PRC and 7 rim mag, and I've got like 200 rounds of 300 Win mag that I don't have guns for them.
Yep.
It's like you get the ammo when you have a gun, and then when you don't have the gun anymore, you're just like, man,
yeah,
I'll just keep this.
Yeah,
I'll use it at some point.
Yeah, you never know. Or you might be able to get it from somebody or whatever. Yeah, for me, it was when I was working for the firearm blog. You know, they'd send me different guns to review.
Okay.
And they'd send me ammo most times in order to be able to make the videos. Yeah. Then I'd send the gun back, but I still had all this ammo.
Okay.
You know, like, what am I going to do with it? So, anyway.
10 millimeters is the best millimeters.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. I don't know. Nick got the big gray round patch and the new diamond one. Never a 9 is greater than 45. All right, Nick, I'll take care of you. Bob says hello. What's up, Bob? Osiris is here. Got people watching.
Any good FUD lore?
FUD lore.
Scoot this over. Oh, no. It was already right on the edge. There we go. There's so much FUD lore, but some of it's a little like close to home. I don't know.
Well,
shouldn't talk about
let
it.
us have a piece, just one piece.
Well, we talked about it last time with just the whole drama going down with we won't even name it. One of the local shooting ranges
Oh yeah,
kind of went up in smoke with FUD police.
yeah. Outdoor generalist, what's up, man? Ed Thomas, what's up, man?
Trying to think any more good FUD stuff.
You guys comment on this. Let's talk about this one real quick. So for me, let me preface it by saying this. For me, I spend $3,500 on a high-end piece of glass. There's no way in heck I'm going to ruin that view, that perfect glass, that brightness and clarity, by wearing safety glasses while shooting a precision rifle where the closest target is probably 300 yards away.
Yeah.
No way I'm wearing safety glasses. You guys let us know your thoughts on that one in the comments. That'll get things riled right up.
So, I mean, safety glasses are twofold. One of them is certainly things coming back at you from the targets, right?
Right.
You've got ricochet, you've got spalling, you've got dust and dirt and stuff that could come and get you. But I mean, you also got guns that go boom with 65,000 PSI.
It's true.
And primer pockets that pierce and,
Yeah,
pressure coming back out of your bolt and stuff.
Can't be denied.
I've probably taken 200,000 trigger pulls on live ammo. That might be high. 100,000? Somewhere between 100 and 200,000 trigger pulls. I've never had anything other than like Maxim 9 testing when we were just like, just like crazy, and it's just like suppressor dirt and stuff everywhere.
Right.
Certainly a few times there, it was like we're just running them dirty and wet and all sorts of stuff. So, safety glasses were good on that occasion, but certainly on a bolt gun, like never had a problem to wear.
Right.
But you could.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's like anything. It's like how many planes fly through the air every day with how many people on it, and nobody freaks out about the one plane here and there that crashes. You know what I mean? Or the people who drive with, most people drive with their seatbelts these days, but the person that doesn't use their seatbelt doesn't freak out that they might get in a crash and get injured because that's a whole nother rabbit trail going. I'm just saying, like, there's so many things. You could play the what if game.
Yeah.
It's like, absolutely. What if your rifle blows up? Well, okay, but how many thousands of people, how many thousands of rounds and iterations, and it's happened how many times? I don't know.
Yeah.
For me, in the circles that I run in anyway, and in precision rifle and all that kind of stuff, I have been at a match where it happened once.
Okay.
This was at a PRS type match down in Florida.
Okay.
And it happened one time to a
like
guy.
It being gun
blew up.
Something happened.
Yeah. And he, got just kind of some spalling up on his face and all that kind of stuff. Spalling is probably not the right word, but blowback, yeah, up on his face. Relatively uninjured, you know what I mean?
Do you have glasses on?
No, not that I remember. And then the 50 cal guy that happened here not that long ago. I don't even remember that situation.
Kentucky
ballistics, yeah.
Kentucky wind, yeah, something like that.
So, like, literally in the last 7 years, those are the only two that I personally have like heard of or been around to the point where it was a discussion to be had.
Yeah.
Certainly it's happened more than that, and I just didn't hear about it.
Yeah.
But all the thousands of people and all the hundreds of thousands of iterations from those thousands of people, for it to only happen that infrequently, I'm still not wearing safety glasses. I'm sorry. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah. It's a tough one. I've tried, in the matches where they say, hey, everybody's required to wear safety glasses. And I'm like, okay, I'll try. So I've like tried to wear these ones, and they're not like ballistic glasses or anything. I'm sure if something hit these, they would shatter and probably do more harm than good. But I've tried to wear these ones, and they're a pain because like they're thick rims because style.
Yeah, it's important.
They're thick rimmed. So like when I'm on my scope, it's like the rim of the glasses is like right in my field of view. So it's a pain in the butt. So these are a no-go. I've got a pair of Oakley Tombstones that have no rim like anywhere. And they're nice. Like they're they're made for shooting, but they freaking fog up on me all the time. And like right when you get on the gun, you get your jitters and you breathe in and it kind of goes up and like they just like poof, fog. So it's just like,
Knoyer's in the house.
I don't even know what to do.
Greg's in the house.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do either. Yeah, I don't know.
It's
Andy
crazy.
Boyles was here for a second. I don't know if he's still here or not.
Osiris, years in healthcare, and I've never seen an injury to the eye from guns, but lots and lots from power tools.
There you go.
There you go. Wear your safety glasses for power tools, and don't worry about it for guns.
Yeah.
Funny story, though. Do you wear safety glasses when you reload?
No.
None of the steps?
No.
No. I used to not. And
I
used to not also.
Okay.
I have two friends that have like blown up a stack of primers. Ryan Hay.
Oh yeah, I remember him doing that. Yeah.
And my buddy Russ Wallace that used to work for Desert Tech. He now works for Tac Gas. I think it was when he was working for Desert Tech Munitions. They had like one of those, where you stack the primers up and then you just I don't know what you call that thing.
I don't either.
But he blew up a whole entire stack of primers and it like blew up in his face.
How does that even happen?
He had glasses on and he's was blind in one eye for quite a while. And I think it's like starting to come back.
Dang. How's that even happen?
I don't know. Like crush one or something and then they go kablooey. Huh. So I reload and when I prime, I put glasses on.
All right.
Like nothing's probably going to happen, but like I'd rather...
Safer than sorry.
Yeah. I'm not looking through a $3,500
I was going to say,
scope.
yeah, at that point, we're not looking through glass.
I actually have like actual safety glasses that I put on and I prime and then I take them off to do everything else.
But do you wear a mask and a face shield?
I do not.
Oh, because that would be really safe.
Yeah. I mean, my buddy had glasses on and he's still like blind in one eye.
So. Yeah, that's no joking matter right there for sure, man.
Yeah.
I've never done that. I mean, I also hand load one at a time, with my stuff. So I don't know. I do everything one at a time. There's no way I can crush it with the one that I use. I don't think, but it's a good.
Yeah. I don't know how they go bang in a priming tool, but
interesting.
They have. I know two people that have done it. So I don't know. None of these comments are in any way, shape, or form endorsements from Rex or Joel from Precision Rifle Network, nor Max Effective.
That's right.
To not wear safety glasses when shooting. You should always wear safety glasses when shooting.
There you go. That's what we're trying to say. Long range precision shooters in the house. Derek Duncan.
Oh, is that Derek Duncan?
I imagine it is.
Oh my goodness.
We're in for a treat tonight.
Oh my goodness.
You guys in the comments right now, you keep an eye on that guy.
So excited
and
to
Greg
have Derek Duncan here.
Because it's about to get lively.
I think he's one of my favorite characters.
Dude, he's
in the Missouri scene.
He is so funny.
I hung out with that dude like my first match. I was hanging out with Knoyer and got to meet Derek Duncan. Didn't even know him before. For some reason, I knew who Knoyer was. I think it was from the Instagrams.
Yeah.
We'd just kind of been following each other forever, but didn't know Derek Duncan, and now I do. And I'm glad I do.
Yep.
He's a fun dude.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely good dude. All right, boys and girls, here is...
You prime on your coax? That's got to be the slowest way to prime on the planet. Don't you have to individually load a primer up there and then prime?
Ugh. Probably.
Yeah.
And that's basically what I do, with
really? One at a time?
That little handheld. I got one of those little handheld, squeezy grip things.
That's what I have too.
Yeah.
But it has a tray of 100.
Okay.
That I just, brass ka-chunk, new brass ka-chunk, new brass ka-chunk.
Mine doesn't do that.
Doesn't?
I have to put it into the thing individually and then pull it and put it in.
That's a pain.
It is, but...
You're not going to blow up 100 of them, I guess.
I'm not going to blow up 100 of them.
Yeah.
And I also don't reload very often. I'd rather just shoot factory.
Yeah, this guy.
So, whatever. All right, here's industry news. We're sticking to our categories. Okay. All right, we don't want to ramble too much.
That was kind of industry news.
It was a little bit.
Indirectly. I mean, we weren't talking about the organization that brought up the drama.
Yes, of course.
And there was a lot of other drama
Yeah.
around it besides wearing safety glasses.
Oh, yes.
22 matches.
Much more drama than that, but,
we'll stick with that.
We can just leave it at that, yeah. So I've been seeing on the socials a bunch more J. Allen chassis buzz. Have you been seeing all this?
A little bit.
I mean, I know MDT bought it out,
yep.
like the plans or the designs or the company in general. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I would imagine they're going to be bringing it back. But I saw some sort of a post the other day with a red, white, and blue J. Allen chassis. It was, 4th of July theme or whatever.
Cool.
And
I dig it.
What do you guys think?
Was it on the Facebook?
I think it was either the Facebook or the Instagram.
Probably on J. Allen's page, right? I've been seeing Lisa still post stuff even though they sold.
Oh, really? Okay. Maybe that's what I'm seeing. You guys think? Leave us some comments and let us know what you think about the J. Allen chassis. If they made those again, if MDT put those into mass production, would you buy one? And what would you be switching from? Leave us some comments on that.
Of course, I'm not going to be able to find it. Oh, here we
go. Lance, why are you texting me on my cell phone? Why can't you just write on the thing?
Right on the thing where we're looking.
Just write on the thing instead of going here. Lance is a good dude too. You know Lance Watkins?
Yeah, I do. He came up to me in a match and he was like, "Hey, what's up, Rex?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, man. I don't know. I don't recognize you. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
He knew me from Wyoming.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was out there on business or has some cattle enterprises or something out there and had met me at a match out in Wyoming.
He was out at that Gunworks match.
Okay. Yeah, must have been that.
He said he'll never go back to that match.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he go the time it was like super rainy or?
I will just let him tell his story sometime. I won't
Lance,
put too
let's
much
hear it. I want to hear it
on the spot, but he said he will never go back to that match. Did not have the best experience, I guess.
Interesting.
He's a hilarious dude. He used to play like pro baseball or dang near pro ball or something like that. Every time I see him, he starts a mock little fight with me and threatens to take me across the street.
I like it.
Yep, he's a good dude. I got everybody else texting me. Greg Canoyer, why are you texting me?
I'm going to start texting you too.
Stop texting me. Use the thing. Let everybody see.
Me too. Greg said he can't see anybody's comments.
Nobody's comments on YouTube. I was wondering.
I wonder if some people are commenting on my YouTube. That could be the problem because we're on my YouTube as well. So, wonder if that's how Duncan saw where we were at.
I mean, it should be streaming.
As if they. That's why Greg.
Oh. I wish we should take a picture. Is there any way to show that over here on the other screen?
Greg is currently talking to himself.
Greg's talking to himself on the other channel.
Here, I've got it. Small.
Here, he's going to show it right
there.
There
we go.
Here, look at that guy.
So, let's turn the volume down. Okay. So this is my YouTube channel, Max Effective. Go subscribe if you'd like. If you don't want to, no worries. Greg's over there. All the comments are just from Greg.
It's only Greg.
And he texts me and he goes, "I can't see anybody else's comments."
That would be why.
We can see them though, because on Restream it like compiles them all together in like a running feed. So yeah, Greg, if you want to see everybody else's comments, you can go over to Joel's channel and watch over there. Wow, wow. That's funny.
Wah. Okay, now we'll get Greg over here, and then he and Duncan can have a little
That's funny because
battle.
I can see it all running right here.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was looking at. Just assumed they were all over on the PRN YouTube.
Should we go change our title to Tuesday night? We'll change it later.
Yeah, we can change it later.
Okay, so Randy just he's like, this live says Thursday, not Thursday. Whatever. Yeah. Normally, Randy, we do this on Thursday night, so we've been calling it Thursday Night Live. Everything is Thursday Night Live. But Joel's going out of town, so calling it Tuesday Night Live.
Tuesday Night Live.
But it's still called Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Oh, shoot. All right.
Oh, Greg.
He says it's really delayed. We got some delay tonight. Yeah. All right. So the J. Allen chassis. Nobody commented on that. Let me know. Maybe it's.
I tried to find the Facebook page so I could bring it up, but
maybe it's not a thing. But you guys can let me know. Like the J. Allen chassis, if MDT was to redo those, would you switch from whatever you have now to the J. Allen? I don't know. I really like the way they look. I never shot one. There are a handful of people out there when they were still going strong that just swore by them, like best thing ever, hands down.
I think they're pretty cool. Like, I like them. I do like them. Dude, I know for a fact I am in a J. Allen chassis group on the Facebook, and I can't find it.
There's
I wonder.
Hi, Greg.
Hi, Greg. That's going to be epic, man.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody that watches this later, I'm just going to see Greg talking to himself. Oh, it's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Someone give me Joel's number. Osiris.
Yeah, I saw that. Don't give him my number.
That's pretty funny. Greg said I'm slow. What am I slow about? I don't even know what he's talking about.
Osiris says he'd throw his Mosin in a J. Allen.
Oh, maybe that's why it's called JAE.
Yeah, JAE, yeah. Also, ammo seems to be coming back. I've been seeing it. I mean, it's crazy expensive, but I've been seeing it consistently for the last couple of weeks.
Is that the one you saw?
Yeah, that's the one I saw.
Okay. We'll throw it up over here. And then small monitor. Cover up Joel for a second.
Yeah, please do. You can cover me all you want. There you go, guys. I mean, tell me that doesn't look pretty sweet.
I've always thought they were pretty cool looking chassis. I think some of the trends that we're seeing now in chassis systems where we've got a really low height over bore, I think is kind of missed out on with the current design. But MDT owning it, I wonder if in the redesign, if they kind of sink that action down or not. It'd be interesting to see what they do there. I don't know if everybody can see my mouse, but if you can, one of my favorite features is this little part right behind the trigger guard that kind of gives your middle finger somewhere to rest.
Oh, yeah.
It's usually kind of hogged out all the way up on most stocks. So I think that's a feature that's pretty neat. So anyway, I think they're cool.
Yeah, I think they're pretty neat too. The design is like from an engineer standpoint, like maybe talk about how the design of these kind of seems like it's just a perfectly straight line, like straight across the back, like the stock doesn't angle down like a traditional hunting stock in any way, shape, or form. Like the bag rider is perfectly flat.
Yeah, they're pretty linear design. One of the cool things with that is underneath those skins is a solid piece of aluminum. So from all the way from the back, all the way down and all the way forward, it's one chunk of aluminum, which structurally is really nice. It's going to have a lot less flex, micro flex. I mean, any other kind of stock design that comes and then it dips where your hand grip goes and then it comes back up, that line of action of force of your bullet wants to kind of make it bend. I mean, it's micro, so I don't even know if the mechanics matter that much. It'd be something that would be pretty difficult to steady. Yeah. But that's something that's kind of cool with the J. Allen. And then I think the K-Dex, what's that one called? It's like it looks like it's polymer injection molded. The Nuke. think it's called the
Strike
Mini
Nuke.
Nuke,
Strike
Strike Nuke or something
Strike
like that.
Nuke, yep.
They actually have a little piece of aluminum on the inside of that thing that kind of bridges that gap and gives it some rigidity too. So I think that's kind of, I don't know. I like rigidity in a bolt gun. So
yeah, for sure.
I've kind of always, I mean, everybody knows I shoot AI, so it's kind of the same deal there.
Yeah.
Although AI kind of erector sets multiple pieces of aluminum together, but it's all fastened together pretty rigidly. So
Derek says Kenora will have a J. Allen with a Punisher logo on it within the month. And the other side will have a BLM Velcro badge.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The Archangel stock from Pro. You know what, Osiris? You're not wrong. It does kind of look, but, it's got to be way better than that. I don't know. Do you think there's a lot of vibration in like one solid chunk of aluminum?
Not really.
No.
I mean, not down there where it's kind of dampened. I mean, I think barrel harmonics and vibration are affecting your shot more, but I don't. I mean, certainly if it's super flexible, then yeah, potentially it's going to affect your shot, but I don't think there's a whole lot of variation going on there that would hurt anything.
I'm going to ask a weird question. You guys can comment on this one too if you think it would make any difference, but I've heard some people throw around the idea of putting like sound deadening or vibration deadening gel or foam inside the empty spaces of their stocks and chassis to just kind of dampen everything, quiet everything down.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I want to say that people back in the day used to use mercury tubes. I think that's like a thing in shotguns. The people that have $50,000 shotguns that are custom fitted to the way they hold
those crazy guys spending buku bucks on guns.
Oh, how absurd.
Can't believe it.
But I think like that's a thing that used to be done. I don't know if it still is, but like I think people do kind of recoil dampening with mercury tubes because mercury is liquid at room temperature and it's really dense. So, it wants to stay at rest. And then when you fire, that mercury wants to stay at rest. So it kind of dampens some of the recoil. So
okay.
I know people kind of have done that.
So it's kind of a thing, but with modern bolt guns.
Yeah, I'd try it.
The AI though.
Gotta get all the recoil out of that 6GT.
That's right. That 30-pound 6GT.
So I actually, So I mean, kind of along those lines, but a little bit different. I actually filled all of the void space inside my AI rifle with tungsten shot. More for reasoning of getting it heavier. And getting it balanced just right, because I have a barrel that tapers to like 1.1 inches at 27 inches. So, I mean, it's a monster barrel. And I couldn't get it to balance. So I had to fill the back end of my stock up with tungsten. So, I mean, it doesn't really like do the dampening or anything, but you can shake it and you can kind of hear some tungsten rattling around. So
interesting.
Maybe it does something.
Somebody's dad says he has a fluid-filled guide rod in one of his SIGs.
Oh, see? Not just shotgun guys.
Hey, Rex's dad, he said that 9 is greater than 45 and that would piss you off.
Dad, I don't know if you've seen these patches that Joel had made, but
I have to cover my face. We have to cover our faces again so that it actually
it actually works.
It's which is so funny. Weird.
9 is greater than 45.
That's good. And for all of you watching, so you don't think we're like super weird, like weirder than normal, it's because the Sony's like eye focus, like eye and human face focus is so perfectly on point. Yeah. We have to cover up our faces.
You have to cover your face so it knows to focus on the thing instead of the faces.
Yeah.
So. Kiss my what? Yeah, my dad's always been a 45 guy. And I had the bug for a little while. I actually carried a Smith & Wesson 1911 with the beaver tail or not the beaver tail, but whatever they call that where the back is bobbed off so it like fits nicer. Bobtail? I don't know.
Sure.
With their, what do they call that material? Scandium.
Okay.
Scandium frame.
All right.
Carried that in a shoulder holster.
Okay.
while I was going to the University of Utah, like all winter underneath like my sweatshirt or my jacket. So
On campus.
yeah, Utah actually lets you
Yeah.
carry on campus.
I like that place.
Kind of cool. And they have a pistol team.
That's legit.
Like my pistol practice was on campus.
Dang, nice. That's
It
awesome.
was super cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Bobtail. Yeah.
Bobtail. Okay.
ST Guns has tungsten balance kit. Yeah.
Not mad, just disappointed. That's right. That's pretty legit.
Yeah.
I have a video. Sorry. I have a video of Mr. Derek Duncan using somebody's 1911 or 2011 probably to shoot a snake.
Yeah, I was there for that.
That's right. Well, we should say to try and shoot a snake.
Yeah.
Oh, Derek.
His fancy competition 2011 wasn't good enough to hit a snake from 5
or maybe
5
it was
yards.
just Derek's skills.
Yeah, probably that.
I don't know.
He's good with the bolt gun, but as we know,
Apparently.
in recent precision rifle drama,
Yeah.
that good skills in one area of shooting does not translate to good skills in another area.
That's true. Yeah, very true.
Yeah. That was industry drama of the week too.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I don't know that I did.
Oh yeah, some guy, I don't even know who it is, but like posted some video of him shooting a Christensen MRP or whatever that rifle is, their bolt gun.
Okay.
And he's like slapping the trigger super bad. And he's supposed to be like this, I'm not going to say air quotes, he's like a renowned trainer, I think in pistols. I don't know.
Okay.
He was like showing like, hey, I'm doing precision rifle stuff. And it's kind of like the talk is that he was very not fundamentally sound.
Okay.
And yet he was teaching people how to shoot precision rifle. And then kind of the question was, know your trainers, and not everybody that can shoot can train. And not everybody that's good at training is good at shooting, and just kind of all that back and forth of training, being good at training versus being good at shooting, and who your audience is.
Okay.
Because kind of the talk ended up being, well, the people who are his audience come to his precision rifle and they have fun and they hit their targets at 400 yards and they're happy. So what does it matter? You know?
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know. I know.
I don't even know who it is. So
I know Greg knows what I'm talking about because he was
he
was in on it. I honestly don't know his name. So
I saw one Facebook guy's post, Alan. I saw his Facebook post.
That was the post.
And I just typed, did hashtag popcorn ready so that I could follow it, but I didn't read down through it to see the guy's name.
That was the post. And then somebody like didn't say his name, but like had an emoji or something that like led you to know what his name was. And then I went to Instagram and found what they were talking about. So yeah.
Okay. There's that question right there. We did this once before.
Yeah. Tika.
We counted to 3, having never figured it out with each other ahead of time, and both of us said Tika at the exact same time. We're responding to Giancarlo. He says, for a beginner, which rifle would you suggest under $2,500 US? And we say Tika T3X.
Yeah.
Hands down all day long, because you're going to get it for even less, and then you'll have money to put into an optic.
Or upgrade to one of the many chassis that fit it.
Yep, or upgrade, and they're already great. I mean, the bolt actions, they're solid, they're dependable. The feel of the action is smooth and really good. Trigger's not bad for a stock trigger, not bad at all. You can polish them and make them amazing. Tika's a good choice.
Yeah.
It's a really good choice.
Yeah, I mean, Greg brings up a good point though. For $2,500, I mean, you can get close to kind of a budget custom rifle. It's not going to get you a top of the line $1,500 chassis or a $1,500 action. But if you kind of go budget custom action, budget stock / chassis, maybe a pre-fit barrel or something, you can get kind of a custom rifle pretty close to that $2,500 mark.
Yeah.
So I would say if your budget's $2,500, you're kind of in that gray area of buying factory versus building something. Mm-hmm. But I think if you're talking that $1,500 or $1,000, sub $1,500, sub $1,000, I would still say Tika. I know Bergara, Greg said Bergara HMR B14.
Yeah.
I've never shot one of those. I've heard good things about them. They kind of come with a more featured kind of competition ready stock versus Tikka T3X. Like, you wouldn't really shoot that in factory configuration in a match, probably. It'll work, but it's not really suited for matches. You're going to be doing mag changes more often than you want and stuff. So if you go the Tikka route, you're going to kind of you're going to want to get some sort of a chassis. I think KRG is one of my favorites that kind of just fits the Tikka. I know more and more stock manufacturers are making inlets that fit Tikkas now, though. So that's kind of changed over the last few years.
Yep. Seekins Havoc. No thanks, Greg. Not on that one. Giancarlo, are there many options for customization for the Tikka? I mean, Rex just kind of answered that. The KRG, I mean, you can change out the barrel.
Yeah, like the Remington 700 is probably still like the Honda Civic of precision rifles, where every stock fits it. There's a bunch of triggers for it. All the custom actions are modeled after it. So, I mean, the Remington 700 platform is still going to be the most customizable platform there is, as far as just having options and an upgrade path. But I think probably second to that is Tikka. I don't know that anybody's really making aftermarket stuff that fits the Bergara action. So, well, I guess I don't know.
The Bergaras are all Remington 700 platform.
Are they?
Yeah. So you can just swap those all out.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
You wouldn't need to. I mean, what they already do is pretty dang good all by itself. Yeah. And I have owned a B14 HMR, and it was a great rifle. Kind of kicking myself still for selling it, actually. Bart up north of town.
Oh, yeah.
He bought my Bergara from me.
Okay.
Yep. He's like, this thing shoots amazing. Thanks for selling it. I'm like, dang it. I should have kept that one.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the way that goes.
Yep, yeah.
For sure. I'm not a Seekins Havoc fan. Have you ever played around with one of those?
I mean, they're really lightweight. So I think if you're going for a lightweight hunting rifle and a caliber that can put down an elk, that's probably the route that the Havoc's more geared towards. Yeah, I don't know that anybody's like shooting matches with one.
I couldn't get past the feel of the action.
Yeah,
it binds up, and mine was kind of grit. When they first came out with the Ruger Precision rifle, it sounded like you were running your fingernail over your 1980s corduroy jeans.
Or like you just dumped a whole bucket of sand on it, and then you're running your action with just full of sand.
It felt like that. So it sounded just like that. That's what the Havoc did for me. I mean, that's every time I saw it. Anyway. Which caliber for competition? Giancarlo, you're dropping all the bombs tonight. Which caliber?
I like it.
Yeah, 6mm something, man. I don't care what. Just pick a 6mm for competition.
Yep. Could be. I mean, your most common, if you want to be able to buy factory ammo and reload, I would probably say 6 Creedmoor. And then outside of that, there's a whole bunch of variants that you could go into that are going to be a little bit better, more forgiving for reloading. They're going to be more, generous on your barrel life. So, you've got 6 GT, which is what I run in matches, and Joel's got a 6 GT, but he doesn't like to reload, so he's been shooting other stuff. But that's the kind of one that we chose. You've got 6 Dasher, 6 BRA, 6x47 Lapua. There's pretty much anything that's 6.
Commenting about Derek's comment.
Where is he at? Dropouts 2011s.
Alleged.
He's like 10 minutes late to the party on that one.
Alleged snakes.
Alleged snakes. We've got it on video, bro.
Got it on video. I got it right here. I'll send it to you, D.
Yeah. Okay. So somebody else was asking about Sig Cross. Yeah. So you pretty much have to lump Sig Cross and the Q Fix into the same pool because politics. I don't want to go into any of that. They're very, very similar as far as like form, fit, and function go. Certainly the Q did some interesting things with the way the action functions and things like that. But for all intents and purposes, they're pretty much the same functionally. Greg says he doesn't think they fit a roll. I don't know that I would agree with that. I mean, they're very, very lightweight, compact bolt guns, that are featured to kind of have everything that you would need as far as being able to bolt stuff onto them and things like that. So for me, I actually really liked them. I hunted coyotes with the fix for quite a while and really liked how light that thing was, and then how well it shot for how light it was. And then being able to fold it and shove it in my pack, like, it was pretty awesome for humping around. So for me, kind of having a lightweight varmint rifle, I mean, I guess if they made it in like 6.5 PRC or something, you could swap elk with it, but probably not going to do that with 6.5 Creedmoor personally. I mean, I know a lot of people do. But for me, for like being a coyote gun, it was rad. Or like not shooting out of the vehicle.
Who would do that?
Rabbits and
who would do that?
Coyotes and other things.
Irresponsible.
It was pretty awesome for that.
Unethical.
So I liked it for that. I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not going to shoot a match with them. But kind of outside of match shooting, I think they're cool rifles.
Yeah. I can understand the compact nature and all that kind of stuff, but if you're going to do a side folder and a short barrel, I don't know, aren't you just basically back to like a mid-range gun anyway? And then there's other options, like why not go with a good gas gun at that point, or something for that DMR, designated marksman mid-range kind of a gun. I don't know.
It's every bit as long range as any of our guns. 6.5 Creedmoor and 6 Creedmoor.
Yeah,
like plenty long
sure,
range
it can.
capable.
Certainly,
lighter,
it can do it. But the shorter barrels, like, it's just not optimal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I don't know. I'm just not a fan personally. I don't see a point. If I'm going to build a hunting rig, I'm going to go different. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go with a lightweight stock. Something from Manners or Macmillan or something
less
like
snaggy.
Yeah. Sleek, not snaggy. I want something I can throw into a pack, pull it out quickly, that kind of stuff. I don't really care necessarily about the side folder. I'm not going to go huge long barrel, but I'm also not going to go with a really short barrel. I don't know. That's just me. If I'm going to pick a hunting gun, I'm not going with the Sig Cross, because I could care less about their 277 Fury or whatever it is.
Agreed.
So I just don't see a lot of reason to go with that as an option. And Q, I can't. I'll just say it. I don't like the guy, so I can't give him my money. I just think he's a jerk. I'm sorry. I just whatever. It is
what it is.
It just is what it is. So,
yeah. I think there's a cool factor to them. People that like Q stuff, like, you just get a fix because they're cool. My dad almost bought one.
Yeah,
he wanted one, thought they were cool.
Yeah,
and then
they're cool.
I told him that he needed to have an AI first, and then he still almost bought a fix. And then some guy at the gun counter also told him to buy an AI first. So I have his AI sitting back there in the corner.
Nice.
So
nice.
I think they're cool. If you're a gun collector and you're going to have lots of guns, get one. But it's not a match rifle.
Right.
It's not a true hunting rifle. It's just kind of it's like having an STI 2011. If you don't shoot matches that you need an STI 2011, right? You just think they're cool.
Well, it's the perfect snake gun.
Yeah. Or elk gun.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah. It's just like you get to a point in your gun collection where you're just kind of like, I've got everything I need, so now it's time to just get some stuff I want.
You're right. Right.
And I think that's kind of where the fix fits.
Jared Anderson's in the house.
What's up,
Jared?
Speaking of Honda freaking Duncan is like 10 minutes late on everything.
It's perfectly timed. He's not late.
Wait, I'm confused. Are these comments just coming in super late? Or did he just say that?
He just said that. Yeah. Duncan's not late. That dude is perfectly timed.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Jared, how much
Hey,
does that
Duncan,
baby weigh now?
there's a button on there that you can click live, and it'll bring you back to where we're actually at instead of being 10 minutes behind. But he's not going to hear that for 10 more minutes.
That's awesome.
I don't know if I have his number.
Duncan?
Yeah.
I have it.
I don't have his number. I guess I can message him on Facebook. Tell him to click the live button so he's watching live instead of 10 minutes late.
Here, I'll share it with you so you can text him.
Yeah, Canoyer says the cool factor is the only reason Q's in business. I kind of agree.
Yeah.
But like, good enough products. Honey Badger's cool.
Actually, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, I've made my stand on it because of the man behind the brand. But at the same time, like, I still use Facebook and I hate the man behind that brand. You know what I mean? I still use YouTube and I hate the people behind that brand. So I guess I'm being a little bit of a hypocrite in that. And it's just that I just have made a stand on that. I'm not going to give my money to the company. But as far as the products are concerned, they seem like great products. And they definitely have the cool factor. I'm kind of bummed that I've made my stand the way I have because now I can't have the cool gun that is actually pretty neat. I can't do it. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's just me.
Before they were cool. Yeah, my dad's had a 2011 for a long time. My dad's a handgun. I mean, I don't know. I guess he's a rifle guy too, but he's kind of been more into handguns. I like 2011s.
I probably would own one STI. I would say that, but they're just too expensive. But here I have, multiple.
It's not really why.
It's not really why. It's not a priority.
It's just, it's too expensive for the amount of use you would put into it.
Right.
That's good.
Right. Yeah, I heard issues with their suppressors too, Greg, for sure.
Okay, so Giancarlo's asking a good question about 6.5 Creedmoor versus 308 in competition. The answer is yes. 6.5 Creedmoor is quite a bit better than 308 for matches. It's less recoil, which is probably more important than being ballistically superior, which it is as well. And then making another jump. So you go 308 to 6.5 Creedmoor, and then going to the 6 variants is another jump in the direction that you want to go for matches. So again, less recoil, which allows you to see your impacts and see your trace, and then ballistically superior. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you're getting into matches and you reload, don't get 308.
Mm-mm. I agree. I'm moving us on to our next category.
Okay.
We are on training tips, gear, gadgets.
Okay.
I would like to discuss 2 different things. Okay. First one is more of an opinion. I don't necessarily want to get into the weeds on this one. I'm sure it will anyway.
It always does.
Trigger pull weights for competition.
Okay.
Trigger pull weights for competition. I personally say that below a pound, you really can't tell the difference. And so if you really can't tell the difference, now of course, people are going to say, oh, I can tell the difference between 1 pound and 5 ounces. Then the question is 5 ounces? Like, I don't know, just seems like a poor choice to me, not very wise. So I say 1 pound. Like I personally run all my competition rifles. I run those at 1 pound, unless I have a primary, which the lowest that goes is 1.5 pounds, which is still an amazing trigger. That's really not going to affect your shot much at all. Like a 1.5 pound trigger, like the pressure you're putting into that trigger with your finger should not mess up a shot.
Yeah. So Greg says he can tell the difference between his 10 ounce and whatever Tompkins runs, which is 4 to 5 ounces. My trigger, it's about, what are AIs? 2.5?
Yeah.
3? Somewhere in there?
Or more, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like solid 2.5, 3 pound trigger.
And you have no problem finishing well. That's what I'm saying. So it comes back to.
Yeah. I mean, so AI is a 2-stage. So I think my first stage is probably about, I don't know. It'd be interesting to weigh it because I don't even know. But safety Steve. The cool thing you kind of get with a 2-stage trigger is you take up your first stage. Let's just say, for instance, that my first stage is 1.5 pounds, right? Well, I'm going to hit that wall and I'm going to have 1.5 pounds on it to stay at that wall. And then if I have a 3 pound trigger, I only have to add another 1.5 pounds. So I kind of have a perceived 1.5 pound trigger, right, even though technically I have a 3 pound trigger.
Right.
And I know you're putting more muscle into your trigger, but like there's a perception that it's lighter than it actually is. So I don't know. I've always been a fan of 2-stage triggers. I had a 2-stage 10 Calvin Elite on my Defiance it was lighter than my AI, but I don't know. I've just always liked 2 stages.
Yeah.
When I shot pistol in college, all the guns we had except free pistol were all 2 stages, and we joked that our free pistols were 2 stages because it was seriously like a 2-ounce trigger, and stage 1 was putting your finger on the trigger, and stage 2 was thinking about making it go off.
That's about right.
So I mean, It was like you had to like make a concerted effort to just lightly touch the trigger, and that was stage 1, and then just like any thought of making it go off, and it would go bang.
So I get it. There's a training aspect of this, right?
Yeah.
Like if you run a 5-ounce trigger and you consistently train with it over and over and over again, and you can move with it, you can change positions, up, down, left-handed, right-handed, doesn't matter, and your trigger discipline is there, and you're safe with it, then I have no issue with that, right? I'm not gonna bark at somebody who's being safe with their weapon, as long as the trigger is safe inherently, right? But for me personally, I don't see
the benefit.
I don't see the benefit of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know. That would be a fun test for somebody to do. Somebody who's got, a YouTube channel or something. I don't know. Somebody like Derek maybe could test that. Have a bunch of different triggers and see if it really makes that much of a difference.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah,
Carlo.
That's awesome. Is that Brazilian?
Yeah, how does that work? Dude.
I like it. Super appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. It's really generous of you. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think in general, like the rules, now we'll say PRS match, even though this governs more than just PRS, but I think the rules of PRS should keep you safe irregardless of your trigger weight, right? You're bolt up, bolt back anytime you're moving. You're not closing your bolt until you're on target. You're not placing your hand on your finger on your trigger until you're essentially intending to fire. So even if you have like a negligent discharge, it's still going to be pretty much at the target if you're following rules. Right. Now some people will close their bolt, they'll kind of sky load it or something when they're not actually on target. Like in general, if you're following the rules the way they're intended to be, like you're not going to run into safety issues, even if you have a super light trigger and even if you accidentally scorch one off, So.
Right. I mean, Greg makes a good point. It's like, do you think 1 pound trigger is heavy enough to prevent someone from accidentally hitting it and setting it off? So no, clearly
neither is a 2-pound trigger.
No, neither is a 2. No,
the thing is if you're going to accidentally, like if it's a true accident and you're moving it and you like a 4-pound trigger, it's still going to go off because you're snagging something on it,
right?
Or you're yanking it, So
right. So as long as, I guess my answer then is just like, as long as the trigger itself is inherently safe, it's not going off when you drop the rifle or bump the rifle or anything like that. It's not accidentally going off with no human input. Then it comes back to a training issue. And are you well trained with it? And are you safe with it? And then I guess it doesn't really matter. But for Joel personally, for me personally, I just won't run anything below a pound. Just because I haven't seen that it makes any difference in shots downrange. You know what I mean? It's already a stinking 26 or 27 pound 6mm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like taking a couple extra ounces off the trigger isn't going to keep that thing any more still. It's just going to sit there like a log anyway. So,
Match King says, "Yeah, I've been shooting a standing match with a 2.5 ounce trigger, and nerves can make that second stage feel like 10 pounds." Duncan says, "Read your messages." Duncan says he ran it at a pound, and then 2010 happened, and he joined the big boys. 4 ounces or death.
4 ounces. Yep.
That's pretty funny.
Gosh, man. I don't trust myself, I guess. I don't know. And especially there's actually, and this is another little bit down the rabbit hole, but most people, if you're a right-handed shooter, and vice versa for left-handed, I would imagine, although I'm not a lefty, so I can't really tell, but right-handed shooters, I would say, very, very rarely practice shooting with their offhand, with their left hand, with a bolt action. But the 2 times that I've physically witnessed a negligent discharge has been from a stage that was designed to force a person to use their offhand for a shot. And the reason was because the angle of their body actually slightly canted from the right side like they would normal. Yeah. It actually forces their trigger finger to be
kind of in a
kind
weird
of
position
in and
anyway.
back a little further than what they normally do. Whereas if it was on their strong side, it would be more straight back.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard that as kind of the argument against forcing people to shoot offhand, is that kind of forces a less safe range condition, you know, where people aren't used to manipulating their weapon with their offhand or pulling the trigger with their offhand. And sometimes you can send it when you're not ready.
Yeah.
Which is no bueno.
No bueno. Exactly right. Yeah. All right. Well, that's fine on that one then. We can transition away from the trigger.
Yeah, that was good.
I just wanted to bring it up because it was, the Facebooks are, it's king. The Facebook posts are the king of all of this. So here's the other one. Also from the Facebooks this week.
Man.
Okay.
We're supporting that fella.
I know, but it's just that all the idiots are on there.
Zuckerberg. all our friends are on there too.
Well, you all aren't. You guys aren't idiots, but we can make fun of the other ones that are. All right, here's the deal. If you are trying to level your scope inside your rings and you are putting a level or any other leveling device on top of the elevation turret cap and expecting that to be perfectly level, you are wrong. Fight me in the comments. I know you won't disagree, but some people might.
What do you suppose someone should use to level with?
Not the top of the turret cap. There's no way that's perfectly flat.
Well, it could be.
It could be, but most of the time they're not.
What I wonder is if you took your level and you had your turret set at 0 and then you flipped your turret 180, would your level stay level?
I don't know.
Because really what you want is you want your... there's so much that goes into this. But essentially, when you dial your level, your reticle is moving in a direction.
Right.
And mechanically on the inside of your scope, like your erector tube is essentially on a ball joint. So there's a ball joint in the back, and that whole tube that your magnification power is on is like free to move. It's just on a ball joint, so it can move, right? And your elevation turret goes up and down, and it pushes on that tube downwards, and your windage turret pushes on it this direction. And you essentially either have one spring, it's either like a leaf spring or sometimes like an actual spring, but you have one spring pushing. So you have your 2 screws here, right, that are pushing, and then you have your spring pushing that way, or you'll have 2 springs pushing against it, right? Mm-hmm. So in theory, when you're mechanically moving that thing up and down, like your turret is threaded and you are moving your erector tube up and down axially in the direction of that thread.
Yeah.
In theory, right?
Yeah.
So what's most connected to that thread? Is it the bottom of your scope or is it the top of your scope gap?
Seems like it'd be the top.
Seems like it.
But then what you're saying is that the thread, the overall threading, like if it were just a standard screw hole, you're just assuming that was perfectly vertical or straight down into the scope body, right? That's an assumption.
Yep. Lots of assumptions.
It is. But it's pretty generally known that the very bottom of the bell, the housing or whatever on a scope is the truest, flattest part.
Flattest, yeah.
So most people will use like a machinist's, whatever those little bars are, and slide those underneath there, because that, if that's perfectly true according to a machinist's, um, specifications, whatever I'm trying to say, you're the scientist, like engineer guy. I'm not. So if that's the truest spot, then do it that way. Or if what really matters is that the reticle is lined up with the fall of gravity, then none of that crap matters, and a plumb line hanging with gravity and lining up your reticle with the plumb line is the best method.
It's hard to say, because say you line up your reticle, say I mean, for extreme examples, let's say your reticle is 5 degrees off inside your scope relative to the up and down axial movement of your elevation turret. Okay, let's say it's 5 degrees off.
Okay,
so you plumb line, you get your rifle level, and you plumb line that reticle that's off to be vertical. Well, now your turret is now 5 degrees off. So as you dial your turret is no longer moving your reticle up and down. It's moving it like this. Well, you probably can't tell on the camera, but like, instead of moving your reticle that's vertical, instead of going vertical, it's going to move it 5 degrees up and to the left or up and to the right. Right.
Okay.
So I think, and I don't even know if that there's a way to do this, but what you'd really want to do is, if you can hold your rifle perfectly vertical, you would want to plumb line to the travel of your turret.
There's no tool for that.
There's no tool for that.
Yeah.
But like, essentially, if you could hold your rifle completely rigid, and you could turn your turret and verify that, I mean, you'd probably start with hoping that the scope manufacturer got their reticle aligned with the travel, right?
Yeah.
Plus or minus a 0.1 of a degree or something, right?
Right.
Whatever that tolerance is. So you'd start by plumbing your reticle. And then what I would do is I would turn my turret and verify that my reticle is staying on my plumb line. And if it was, then I would know that I'm good to match my reticle to the plumb line to the vertical on my rifle.
Right.
But if I plumb my reticle, I turn that sucker and it goes off to the side, and I'm like, well, crap.
Yeah.
Then you have to pick, right? Do you just keep your reticle plumb, or do you like plumb it to your elevation travel? That's tricky.
I say for what we do, and I don't know, maybe some of the ELR guys have a little more knowledge on it, because their scope or their rifles being canted makes a lot more distance to those guys shooting those ultra long ranges than it does to us who max out at, let's say, 1,200 yards. We can be off a degree here and there or whatever. Like the human eye's ability to see that cant kind of maxes out at just a couple of degrees or something like that. So our ability to even tell, or maybe I'm saying that wrong. Maybe our ability to tell that it's canted is actually so good that we can tell that it's off according to gravity, like straight down pull line, because our bodies stand straight up and down all the time, right? Unless there's some sort of issue with
unless you got one leg that's
spine or leg,
I got the scoliosis a little bit.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, there's got to be like a best practice. And to me, like, the advice that I would give to people is the fall of gravity method with a plumb line and the reticle inside the scope.
Yep. I think that's probably your best bet. And really, I mean, engineering brain aside, you're at that point, you're relying on the manufacturer aligning the reticle to the axial direction of your turret, which in general, in high-end scopes that we're using, you're probably close enough that you're not going to really be off.
Right.
So I think if you want to be perfect, it's plumb line. Now, you want to know what I do? I stick it in rings. I get an Allen wrench that's like roughly the right size, and I jam it in there, and I twist it until, the two opposing flat edges of the Allen wrench are like pushing up and down. And I use that to align it, and then I call it good.
You would.
super redneck. But I mean, essentially, that's the same as like using a shim kit to get it perfect,
Yeah.
But it's just like, I'm relying on the Allen wrench being perpendicular and flat, which I think for the most part they probably are.
Yeah.
It's an extruded piece of steel.
Yeah.
And then just kind of twisting it. And sometimes I get it to where it's like, even with metric and Torx and standard, I can't get the right Allen wrench. And then I'm like, well, crap, now what do I do? Mm-hmm. But I mean, in general, like that's what I do. And it's worked for me for a long time.
Yeah. You don't have any trouble hitting targets.
Because it's like, in all reality, it's like, I just don't know that it really matters that much. What matters most is that your reticle is level when you take your shot.
Right.
Right. Because you could have your rifle like canted 10 degrees and you could have your scope mounted. And as long as your scope is up and down when you take your shot and after you dialed, like you're only going to be off like a tiny offset.
Right.
Yeah,
it's not much. We could go down the rabbit hole.
There's a huge rabbit hole.
I was going to say.
Lots of maths we could do.
We could go down the rabbit hole of needing anti-cant devices, levels on the rifle versus not.
That goes kind of back to what you're talking about, right? It's like we are so accustomed to looking at the world vertically that in general, I think our eyeball most of the time is probably close enough to get us
it is.
In a precision rifle match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, an ELR, probably having the level is needed.
Yeah.
And I think in certain scenarios, maybe where you're shooting at a funky angle, where you're kind of like, you've got your equilibrium thrown off a little bit, or you're in a funky position, or you're in a doghouse, or there's no true flat horizon. There's a lot of scenarios that could kind of throw off your eyeball to where I think having a backup bubble level is important. But I have a spur mount on mine, and I have a level, in my mount, and I don't know that I ever consciously look at it when I'm on the clock. Ever.
No.
Like never.
I can say never. Yeah, I don't know. Other than what's on my spur mount, I never use it. I never look at it. I would have to take my face completely off the gun, look underneath my scope, to be able to see that one. And I don't do it. Yeah. So, and I don't, I would suppose that on occasion, if I'm rushing, if I'm in a hurry and I don't check to make sure that everything's level with the world, probably all I'm doing is subconsciously leveling my crosshair, my horizontal steady line with the target down range or the target frame or something like that. You know what I mean? If I'm in a hurry and I'm just assuming that, that's somewhat flat enough to get me close. I just don't think you need that level. And if it's far enough off, the human eye is dialed in enough to see it. But this isn't just a Rex and Joel thing. Like this is age old, right? Like Frank Galley forever has been pissing people off by saying you don't need a level on your rifle. I would have argued with him until I took a couple classes from him. Now I completely understand why he says it. I've practiced it, and I know I don't need a level on my competition gun.
Yeah.
But if it makes you feel good, who cares? Run it. I mean, it's if you just want to check that box and be like, okay, well, at least I know my gun's level now, and I don't need to worry about it. If you need that to feel good about your setup, then whatever. I got no problem with it.
Yeah. I think Osiris just said this is why he drinks. Sorry, bro.
Yep.
Oh man. Yeah, there's a million ways to skin that cat.
There is,
and I just kind of prefer to not worry about it that much.
Same. But it's
I'll
something
just use that spur level because it gets you close enough.
Yeah. But it's just that, it came up on the Facebooks,
What was the consensus on the Facebooks?
Honestly, I did not follow that one too much. I saw the question come up and I hit the little LOL button, the little laughing face button, because I knew it was going to blow up and go crazy. And then I left on that one. I didn't want to see what everybody had to say because I just didn't feel like following it. But I remembered the question to write it down because I was like, that'd be a good one to talk about on the live stream. So
yeah. Now we're an hour and 15 minutes in.
Are we really already?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I know, dude. It goes so fast.
How does that even happen, man?
I don't know.
Dang. All right. Well, any dumb stuff? Any rookie or dumb stuff that you've seen or heard about this week? I haven't really.
Just other than that range drama, seems all kind of dumb stuff.
Yeah, that safety
Fun
glasses
stuff.
silliness.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
I mean, I didn't shoot this week, so I don't have anything.
Nope.
Special.
Yeah. I shot my 22, so I went out and tested. I had mentioned a couple weeks ago, and people who follow Precision Rifle Network on the community tab on the YouTube page or anything like that, I had posted a poll some time ago about the SK match.
I saw that. Yep.
Versus the Norma TAC 22 ammo that I was going to do a comparison video. Well, that drops on Thursday afternoon, finally. So I did go out and I shot those two different ammos. And I can give you a little bit of a spoiler alert. The SK, maybe or maybe I shouldn't give a spoiler. Maybe I should just stop there and say the SK was and just leave.
Tune in
on Thursday for the video.
Man, I got hooked. Yeah, I read some article and it was like halfway into the article. It's like, subscribe to read the rest of the article. And I was like,
I know which one that was.
Yep. It's like, nope, didn't do it.
Yep. I was actually kind of pissed by reading that one.
I don't know that I was pissed, but I didn't know I was going to have to pay to read the rest of the article. Whatever. It was a good hook, man. Whatever. It was a good hook. I mean, that's good marketing. It's like I wanted to read the rest of it, and I was like, eh.
That's not good marketing. That's not a good hook when it's like the same thing as clickbait thumbnail. It's clickbait. I can't stand that.
Don't like the clickbait.
Nope.
Who in the comments knows what we're talking about?
Somebody does.
Who knows? I know they do.
Greg, I am not shooting Cedar Fork. I leave Thursday for South Dakota, so I will not be there, unfortunately.
I need to pick my match for July, so you should tell me what one I should shoot. Because I don't know.
Well, the Cedar Fork one is a 22 match.
Then not shooting that.
You can borrow my Voodoo. I won't be taking 22s. It with me. It is a 4-hour plus drive.
Yeah, that's a long
for
way
you.
For 22. Yeah. Okay. Special diet. Bananas. Like, it's like some scientist, like my coach in college made us eat bananas before match. They do something to like calm your nerves or calm your jitters or something. I don't know.
Interesting.
Potassium in bananas is supposed to be good for.
You know what it really is?
Granted, I showed up at the match right after just having eaten a banana and like tanked my first stage. Granted, it was the first time I'd shot in like 10 months, but
it's really because bananas back you up and they didn't want you to have to leave the line to go to the bathroom in the middle. That's why.
Could have been that.
Yep. For me, I say eat nothing. I will eat nothing the day of a match until the match is done, usually. And the reason being is because carbs and sugar actually cloud your brain. They slow down your thought process. So anything with carbohydrates and sugar in it actually
88 ounces of Dr. Pepper on the way to a match. That's no bueno.
That's no bueno. Yep.
Okay.
So I will eat nothing, and I will only drink water for the most part until a match is done, and then I'll eat. So that's
you just got to make sure and eat the banana in the car before you get out with 100 dudes watching you pound a banana.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I swear there was some comment recently that was like, do you put your face to the banana or bring the banana to your face?
I know. I saw that too. It is terrible.
It's terrible. Okay. Are we bouncing off of this thing and going over to the creative one?
We have to do the giveaway still.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
So
we've got till 9:30, and then we'll go to the other channel.
All right. So here's the one for the giveaway. So you 22 people that are watching on the PRN YouTubes, if you're watching somewhere else,
what's Greg? It's always Greg.
If you're watching somewhere else, you need to come over to the PRN YouTubes in order to get in on this giveaway, and that's for the swag pack of goodies, right? You got the Cold Tack
I don't think anybody's
flag.
watching mine anymore.
You got
So you're good.
Number of patches in there. You got decals. You got a single piece of 6GT brass right there for you. I mean, that's worth a lot right there. So here's the question. Okay.
You got to answer with a star, star, star.
And hopefully Derek Duncan is still watching because we need the comedy on this one. Greg, you do a good job too. Here it is. Who am I going to see in South Dakota this week? Wrong answers only. Who am I going to see in South Dakota this week? Wrong answers only. And the funniest one, the thing that we think is the funniest, that will win the swag pack this week. So go ahead and hit those comments. And it's got to have the little 3 asterisks first, like this. Then your answer. Okay. Who am I going to see in South Dakota this week?
Your mother-in-law.
Wrong answers only. It's got to be funny.
Biden for gun advice.
That's
your mother-in-law, Tony Cowden.
Who's Tony? Who's Tony Cowden?
Greg did it.
Who's Tony
Cowden? That was the guy that we were talking about.
Oh, with the video?
Yeah, with the
I've
video
never heard of the guy.
Yeah, I hadn't either. And then I saw and I was like, ooh. First granted. I mean, that made me LOL pretty good. Ooh, Match King says K. Brittingham. That's pretty good. That means he was watching the whole time.
Whatever.
Judge Judy.
Oh, my goodness.
Bill Cosby.
Keep them coming, guys.
He's only IG famous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who's winning, man?
Teddy Roosevelt's winning right now.
Yeah, I mean, decently more famous than me on the Facebooks.
Who are you, Tony? I don't even know who you are.
I know nothing about this guy, so I have no opinion, but he kind of got roasted a little bit today.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I'm like actually crying. That was funny.
I mean, pretty much have to beat that, right? That made you cry.
I mean, come on, if somebody else has got something better than Teddy Roosevelt. Why am I going to South Dakota this week? No, who am I going to see in South Dakota this week? Wrong answers only. It's got to be the funniest one. Nobody wants the swag pack. Nobody wants the coal tack win. Well, a bunch of people do, but
I mean, we had
coal tack win flag.
Mine doesn't count. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4,
patches,
5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, that's like almost 50%.
Yeah,
got a couple more. So to win the swag pack, Joel's going to South Dakota. Who's he going to go see? Wrong answers only. Can they enter more than once?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Throw another one out there if you got another one. Do you think it's funnier than your first one?
Pretty much you have to beat Osiris.
You got to beat Osiris right now. He's winning.
First grand.
I mean, it only makes sense in the context of what we've been talking about, but it was perfectly timed.
It was good.
It was really good.
Yeah. I mean, Tony Cowden was good and Kay Brittingham was good too.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
They're all pertinent.
And Nick's, Biden for gun violence. That's funny. That's solid humor.
Yeah.
It just,
It's just British humor. Just kidding.
Uh-oh.
I thought it was funny.
He said it, not me.
I thought it was funny. I mean, obviously, I thought it was funny. I typed Uncle Joe at the same time. I mean, that's Joe Biden.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Couple more minutes. That's all you get.
I mean, I say we just cut it off.
Cut it off.
Nobody else is
Nobody's
coming in.
doing it. Fine.
And Osiris was the runner-up in our epic rock, paper, scissors battle.
That's true.
Over the remote last time.
Yeah, so, that's true. All right, Osiris. Winner, winner. Chicken dinner.
Winner, winner. Nick Brown, I love you, man. I really didn't think that was funny.
Osiris, my email is pinned at the top. Send me an email. Let me know you won the swag pack, and I'll get it sent out. But it's going to be like a solid 10 days from now because I'm gone on vacation. So,
I mean, I can mail it.
Or Rex could mail it. to you. Either way, send me an email.
I know
and
how the post office works.
We'll get her sent out to you, buddy. All right, guys. Thanks a ton for being with us tonight.
We're going to go over to, I'll go make a comment so you guys can follow us over.
Yep.
I'm going to go chat about camera stuff.
Camera and creative and business marketing and stuff over on the Rex Allen Creative page. You just commented.
It's not a link, so you have to like type it or search it or whatever. We're going to shut this one down. We're going to head over there.
All right, guys.
See you guys.